What's up, everyone? My name is Jesse. This is the Auditorium. I react to video game music as a musician myself. Today's return of a small little game called Final Fantasy XIV. This is a request for Tsukuyomi's theme, otherwise known as Wayward Daughter is the actual request. But this is going to have, I guess, 3 songs: Nightbloom, Lunacy, and Wayward Daughter. The focus is Wayward Daughter, but we're going to hear everything else. This is from channel Dude, Where's My Spoon? Almost 3 million views. And before I get started, first of all, this has been requested a long time ago. Second, big request for this game, and it's just, I've heard this name so many times, Wayward Daughter, Wayward Daughter. And third, I've actually, that's me, heard the song Tsukuyomi's Pain from the Eorzean Symphony back in May 2022, which I'm guessing is, we're going to hear part of that here. There's no way in hell I remember what that sounds like. That was so long ago. So, I just had to get those things out of the way. So, Tsukuyomi's theme, Wayward Daughter, all that jazz. Bit of a long one, and I'm kind of nervous, I'm not going to lie. Don't know who composed it, but I can take a guess. Let's just finally listen to this song that the 14 crowd has been clamoring about. Did I say who requested this? Oh, no, I didn't. It's requested by This Rice Eater and Jelly DM. Thank you. And like 1,000 other people. Okay, let's go. Sounds evil. Whoa. I don't remember anything from that other video, the symphony video. I think I recall maybe being kind of sad sounding. That was over a year ago though. I'm gonna take a guess that that is Tsukuyomi. Side note, I really love stuff involving the moon, so that looked really cool. I guess this is Nightbloom? Sounds like the brushes, you know, instead of drumsticks, they're like the brushes. This was requested 2 years ago, by the way. I have a lot of requests. Yeah, those are definitely brushes. Struggle all you wish, I encourage it. Damn. Okay, I'm guessing she's evil because this song sounds kind of demonic. I really like the percussion though. Oh, okay. Lunacy. I'm guessing that plays just maybe a little longer, or maybe this is pretty faithful to the fight length. This sounds cool though, damn. I'll tell you if I recognize anything, but the odds of that are pretty slim. Well, that's cool. A little flutter. Oh, there's bass. I hear the bass. Interesting. So it's a little more reflecting, more personal. I like how it's like totally different from what we just heard though, like big shift. Oh, this is almost over already. So I guess the rest of the song is going to be Wayward Daughter. Okay, it's about to start. I love that the drums can just breathe now. That's so sick. And the bass. I feel like Stormblood has like this vibe to it that's kind of unique. I'm not sure. I could be just thinking things. I feel like it's darker than the rest. Oh, that's a beautiful background, by the way. Dude, the rhythm is so good. Think about my favorite 14 song and why I would like this one. It's Wrath of the Harrier vibe. I wasn't expecting this at all. Don't know if that's in English or not. I never really pay attention to lyrics anyways. Oh! Was she like possessed or something? Oh, whatever it is, we beat it out of her. Okay. Damn. Okay. Well, I can clearly see why Wayward Daughter was A, the most requested, and B, the longest of that whole theme. Okay. So, in traditional fashion, I didn't go listen to the other one that I did, this one, the symphony one. The only thing I vaguely remember, just because I saw it on mute, like I was trying to see like how I reacted with my face and just the visuals. I think I vaguely remember it being kind of sad sounding and slow. I could be totally off, but that's just what I think. It was over a year ago. I'll have to check it out after. So I was going into this one kind of with that feeling as well. But then I realized, okay, yeah, that was a symphony version. Of course, it's going to be kind of altered. It's probably just taking the main melody, one of the melodies from these three, and then just, you know. So I'm curious as to what I said then. This one, let's start off with the beginning, which I'm guessing is called Nightbloom. So, okay. I've been doing 14 for a while, but I still don't understand. You have to excuse me, I don't play the game. So I'm assuming that was all just one giant fight, and those were just 3 phases of this fight, and that's just the songs that go into 2. That's what seems to make the most sense. So the Nightbloom was already like pretty cool sounding on its own. It had this kind of evil build-up, this march sound, this kind of, you know, very kind of military type of, I don't know, like someone in command saying something type of thing. Sounds very big, and it sounded already, just from the first one, it sounded kind of unlike most 14 stuff that I've heard. It had just a dark energy to it, but we'll talk more on that later. So that was cool and a nice little surprise. I really liked it. Second one, Lunacy, was extremely short. I don't know if it's just really that short of a song, or this song maybe just featured it as kind of like a little interlude type of thing, or like an intermission almost. The piano gets introduced, and I do like that it's like a big, like, shifting focus. Now it sounds more emotional, and definitely sounds like a different transitional phase is happening. The bass is pretty cool in this one, but it's extremely short. So please let me know if it actually only plays that long, or if, you know, what have you. But it was good. I wish it went on a little longer. But it did feel, though, now that I've heard all of them, it did feel like really good in the middle where it was. It felt like this kind of nice, you know what it reminds me of? Back in the day, I don't know if bands still do this. It was kind of rare anyways, but you might recall back in the day when you bought like a physical album, or any album really, some bands would just throw in like a random like intermission type song that's like anywhere from 5 seconds to like 40 seconds, something like that. It's usually instrumental and just kind of like a nice, it's usually taking stuff from the last song and bleeding into the next song coming up. I always liked that. It felt kind of like a bookmark type of thing. There's one band that comes to mind that has done it, and that's a French metal band called Gojira. If just to see what I'm talking about, they have 2 songs that do it on 2 different albums. One is called Unicorn, and the other one's called The Silver Chord. But you'll see what I mean. It's like song, 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 and then those, and it's like totally just like this kind of different energy, and then it goes back into it. Anyways, so that's how I felt about Lunacy. By the way, I wonder if that's like a play on words, because I'm not sure if this character is really heavy moon thing, but obviously Luna in Spanish is moon. Lunacy, I don't know if that's just a pun or just, I don't know. And then Wayward Daughter begins. And then, you know, I gave it a shot, because as soon as I heard the guitars and the kind of the more aggressive nature, I was like, I'm not gonna lie, the first couple of seconds I was like, oh, okay, this is why people requested it, you know, it's like this. But, you know, I always just listened to it, and it was very quick to this is dope. So dope that it wasn't even hard for me. Halfway through the song, it's been a while since I've said this, but it was like, this is one of my favorite 14 songs, like for sure, like in my top 10 probably. I've never made like a proper top 10, but this is definitely in there. Because this song, Wayward Daughter, not necessarily because of like, it was just, you know, like this aggressive thing, but it sounded unlike anything I've heard so far. There's songs that have come close, like the Black Wolf, you know, Wrath of the Harrier, stuff like that. And that's why I like those songs too. But this one had this sort of almost gothic energy around it. So yes, it was dark, but it was like a different type of like hard rock and metal sound. Mostly it was like pretty heavy metal. And I don't get that a lot from 14. I know they can do it, but typically when I hear like electric guitars, it's more of a, from what I've heard, it's more of like a, for lack of a better word, kind of like a fun riffing style. You know, very like da 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 type of thing. This one just felt like, you know, something out of like really like not black metal, but you know, it sounded like a totally different game, honestly. And there was other stuff that reminded me of like Nier, you know, when the woman vocals were doing their thing. It reminded me of Nier songs. Can't think of one in particular, but just that vibe of Nier. And it had just the right amount of female and male choir type of thing that I really like. But overall, it definitely felt like this was the highlight. Like both songs led up to this. Again, I'm not sure if this is like the proper length of the fight. This was about 8.5 minutes. But you can tell like that was like a 6-minute song or something like a 5-minute song at the end. I can't really explain it besides the fact that I just really... It's been just about 2 years of hearing Final Fantasy XIV. And the funny thing is, I'm not even close to finishing the soundtrack. I said that as a joke in the first couple of months, but it's become very apparent that that's still very much a thing, and it's kind of scary, actually. But it's because of things like this, and, you know, I'm like halfway joking, but I'm being serious when it comes to stuff like this. This is what keeps it, like, fresh, and what keeps me from... I just felt like at some point by now it would have been like, oh my god, 14 again. And there's no reason besides just the length of me doing this. There's nothing wrong with the music. You know what I'm saying? It's just human nature. 2 years of something. There's bound to be some stinkers, and there have been, but it's an extremely small amount. But I was definitely not expecting, my pan just almost went flying. I was definitely not expecting one of my favorite songs this late. Mind you, this was requested right when my channel took off. So very, very early on, when all the Final Fantasy XIV people found me, people were like, Wayward Daughter, Dragon Song, Answers, Wayward Daughter, all that. So I've been hearing this name for a long time. So who knows what else I haven't done yet that's still like probably highly regarded, but it's always nice that something requested so heavily doesn't suck. I can't begin to tell you the not pressure, but you know what I mean? Just imagine my position. People have been telling me to play this game for 2 years. Oh my god, how haven't you heard it? They've just been telling me everything. You know how 14 fans are. No offense. But they're a whole different style of gaming community. I love them, but it's a whole different style. And you know, there's a pressure there because they usually perform better than my other videos. I've been doing this for so long. I'm gonna start running out of things to say. I tell myself, even though I don't. I'm rambling now. It always happens. I always think I'm gonna like run out of things to say, but it never happens. As soon as the song starts, I'm like, you know, it's just music, you know. And once music starts going, I start imagining things and picturing things, and everything. My whole world opens up. At the end of the day, what I'm trying to say is this. I like the whole Tsukuyomi's theme. And now I'm gonna have to really listen to the other one, the symphony one. But Wayward Daughter is definitely one of my favorite 14 songs that I've ever heard. I don't know what's up there. No one's really ever asked, and I never took the time. But maybe one day I'll like put together like a top 10 list or something. But I know like Black Wolf is on there. I can't even think of them all, but I know like Dragon Song, Answers, Black Wolf, Wrath of the Hair, this. That's 5 already. I have to think about the other ones. Yeah, there's no time for that right now. Amazing song. Based on everything, I'm just assuming that's Soken. It sounds like Soken guitars, but the vocals, I have no idea. It sounded like one female singer, and maybe a little choir with it, but the male choir sounded like a bunch of people. So I don't know. I can see why this has almost 3 million views, and I can see why it's heavily requested. Oh, by the way, one more thing, since you're watching this and this is pretty relevant to you. I've never really done this. I've never announced like what's coming up because I just don't do that. But as of today, me recording this in like a week's time or something, I spoke to a fellow YouTuber named by Husky by the Geek. We've exchanged some messages, and someone requested that I do their like collaboration video that they did recently, and this song is going to be on there. So that's exciting, and I'll be checking that out pretty soon. So shout out to Husky when that comes out, a fellow guitar player. So I'm totally excited to hear Wayward Daughter there, but I'm also excited to hear everything else. Anyways, that's enough talking out of me. Wayward Daughter is dope, and I'm definitely going to be hearing it more. Let me know more about Tsukuyomi. What's up with the whole possession and the whole all that? What's up with the moon? Is that part of it? Let me know whatever you want to know. You guys will geek out, I'm sure. Thanks to everyone that you see here. Thanks to the requesters, the Rice Eater and Jelly DM, and everyone else who requested as well. Thanks to you for continuing to watch my rambling 2 years later. We're really basically at 2 years. I'm like a week away, so I've been doing this for 2 years. Damn, dude. Anyways, my name is Jesse in the auditorium. Thank you. Take it easy.